Feen und Menschen? Gibt es sowas? Leute, ich bin das Demi-Servant und unser Abenteuer geht weiter. Wir sind hier immer noch im 6. Lostbelt und es wird spannender und spannender. Nachdem die Königin gefallen ist und auch nun die Ersatzkönigin hier mit unser guter Dr. Reaver verstorben ist, herrscht Chaos überall in Britannien. Die Mosse rebellieren und es werden immer mehr und verschlucken die Feen. Auch Feen, die eigentlich nie Berührung hatten mit dem Moss, werden selbst zu diesen. Und ja, man hört es ja schon in der Musik, es sieht schlimm für uns aus. Wir haben zumindest jetzt einen Kontakt wieder mit der Shadowborder herstellen können und ich hoffe, mit Riddlerbrit können wir so schnell wie es geht zurückzureißen. Aus dem Loch in Camelot erwacht nun eine Macht, die schlimmer und grausiger ist als alles, was wir bis dato gesehen haben. Und unser guter Barges versucht dagegen anzukämpfen, doch auch ihr ist es nicht gelungen, denn der Mad Dog ist zurück. Auf jeden Fall haben wir nun Riddlerbrit und reiten erstmal hier zu unserem Homespot zurück. Oh, my boy! Damn it! They are moss everywhere. They must be the same predatory type we saw at Norwich. Hurry. I don't care if you're going to be sit to dust. Just make sure we reach Norwich by nightfall. But, Lord Spring, what about the soldiers we left outside settlers? Don't say it, believe me. I hate to lose soldiers like that everything I invested in training them. But, we're helpless against so many Moors. Armed or not, humans can only do so much. We need the Fang clan to handle the threat this lot. Not they've been any help, since there's been no sign of them ever since they left for Gloucester. Then, what's the point for running back to Norwich? Should we cooperate with the Northern Threats again to... Why do you think I'm exercising? My last resort. Any chance of alliance with the North died with knocking you up. Damn it. Of course I was going to have her assassinated eventually. But there's a time and a place for these things. Wie er das so einfach sagt, ja, ich hätte sie schon umgebracht. Why did she kill Knocknori up now instead of waiting after the damn great calamity? Monk's history proves beyond a doubt that the fairies need a king to keep them in line. What in the world was she thinking? No. Don't tell me she wasn't thinking at all. She didn't give a single thought to the future, didn't have design on rising to power, nor decide to run this country her own way. She didn't think about any of that. She kept Knocknori up solely because she didn't like her? I can't believe it. How in the world did that monster survive for 2000 years with such an empty head? Aurora? Alter Mann. Don't trust enough fairies. Dr. Rio was a calamity. Salisbury's Lady Aurora City. We protected ourselves. Have any fairies been infected with moss or poison? Let us know before it gets worse and we treat you right away. It's dangerous outside. Don't let the humans out of the city. They are our property. Anyone who tries to open the gate is a traitor. If you see someone trying it, say something. Conduct yourself in manner befitting the clans. Lady Aurora will save us. Long live Lady Aurora, long live Lady Aurora, long live Lady Aurora. Ein Mystic! Oh God, I'm so glad to see the night pass without incident. Und wie nett und freundlich sie mir tut, Mann, das ist ja grausig. And I'm especially glad things have calmed down outside. Here, Coral, come join me for a cup of morning tea. Lady Aurora, I'm afraid I can't agree about the night passing without incident. There's so many fairy corpses out of the streets that we're having trouble disposing of them, especially since we can't take them outside with the gates closed. And then, there are the Northern fairies. Oh yes, it's very sad to see how things turned out for them. Not only is Knocknori dead, but now everyone knows Edinburgh's secret. What happened to the Northern fairies who were in Salisbury? Die sind wahrscheinlich... They collapsed immediately after Lady Knocknori was dead. Dachte ich mir, genau. Weil ihre Energiezufuhr ausgefallen ist. We took the ones who are still breathing to the brewing house and are keeping them under close watch. The brewing house? Since when have we had a brewing house? You ordered it built 16 years ago to raising human children. It's been abandoned for 6 years now. So I took the liberty of rebuilding. Oh yes, that darling little house. I did like it, and it turned out So wonderfully adorable. But, now, what was his name again? Well, ever since I cast out that grey-haired human boy, Percival, I haven't quite been able to bring myself to visit again. Oh, I thought you had forgotten all about him, Lady Aurora. May I ask why you cast him out? What do you mean? He grew up after using this spear only once, remember? And he couldn't become the child of prophecy once he looked grown up, right? He was human after all. Right, of course. Was I wrong to reopen the rearing house? Oh no, Carol. It was a wonderful idea. The building is fully equipped for pest control. It's perfect for the injured northern fairies. A wave of my finger will send them all their eternal past. Das war irgendwie klar, dass der killt man. But never mind it. Has the child of prophecy gang been captured yet? I can't believe they'd stop to allow us to kill Nocnoria just because they lost their competition. You have to make sure the child of prophecy is brought to justice for this abominable crime. The foreign mage is just a culpable, but I'm sure the child of prophecy must have tricked him into helping her. I will have to ask that a sentence be lighter. He won't be able to tell me all about the outside world if he's dead. Doesn't it sound lovely, Coral? I wonder what the world outside Britain is like. Humans made everything in that world, and so many different kinds of humans at that. I'm sure it must be simply overflowing with wonders. That would make your eyes pop out of your head. Lady Aurora, I'm afraid now is not the time for that. The number of Moors outside the city has continued to grow, and fairies from nearby villages have been pounding on our gates asking to be let in. There are even some fairies here in Salisbury who have been showing signs of moss disease. We need to increase our shelter capacity immediately. Once we open the gates and let the refugees in, we need to open the cathedral doors as well. We can't possibly tend them all ourselves. So, we also have to request aid from the humans in Gloucester Island. Why bother? Just leave the gates closed. Oh, and do you have the human guards dispose of the fairies with the democracy, won't you? That's the whole reason we've been raising humans in the first place. Lady Aurora, what are you saying? I know humans are lower life forms, but they still feel. It seems far too cruel to have put them down their own friends and neighbors. And what about the refugees outside? How are we? Oh, don't worry about them. They're very strong, or they wouldn't have chosen to live in the dingy fortress instead of my lovely city. I'm sure they find some way to get through this. We will just focus on keeping Salisbury safe. Time will take care of everything, Coral. All we have to do is stay calm and wait. So, you're not going to do anything. You just want us to remain here in the bell tower, where it's safe. Now, Coral, don't be difficult. I'd hate to have to strip you of those pretty wings. Like I did to Holobromia. You remember him, right? He was always arguing with me with his silly logic. War das nicht eine der Feen, die wir in den Wäldern hier des Vergessens hatten? You're not like him, right? You're a smart girl who understands my feelings. That's exactly why I know you'll continue working for me for the rest of your days. Ist so assi, Mann. Okay, nun geht's wieder zu Mudin, die den Verstand verloren hat. And that's how we know. We only have the wind tiding to go on, so we don't have any more details. But it looks like the coronation at Salisbury was interrupted. The child of prophecy killed Nocnoria, and mass quantities of moss have been appearing all around Britain. They also said the moss poison has been seeping out of the pit, and that all of Camelot is submerged into a black fog. I see. It seems a great calamity has begun then. But this changed nothing for Gloucester. As long as the fairies vote to abide by Gloucester's way of doing things, that is, to have fun above all else, regardless of clan affiliation, then other refugees to anyone who asks. My Fae domain is still alive and well. No moss will be making their way into Gloucester. Although, there isn't anything we can do for fairies with Gloucester whose fantasy turn into moss. We just have to have the Fang Clan mercenaries dispose of them. Now, on second thought,
sent them out to rescue fairies stranded in the nearby village. The Fang clan has more resistance to more poison than the other clans. That's why they were able to kill the Moss King. So, if the only problem is an explosion of Moss, the Fang clan should be able to handle it.
Ja, wie oft willst du doch Fang Clan sagen?
What we need to prepare for this calamity afterwards? That fog or whatever it is coming from the pit. Even though Morgan is gone now, the system she created is still rock solid. Camelot has always held the Fang clan in reserve for a situation like this. As long as we use them properly, we have nothing to fear from the calamity. Lady Murian, the Fang clan is well. Huh? What are you still doing here? I thought I gave you an order. I'm going to keep studying the pit. I'm finally getting to the truth of it. There's a passage in the document Mong hid away from Britain's origin, Senunos, and the first prophecy. If I can decipher them, I'll know what the great calamity really is. What they were trying to destroy our Britain? I swear to reveal it, or I am not the head of the Wing clan and the Lord of Gloucester. Yes, Lady Murian. It's no wonder you're Britain's wisest, fairest ruler. We Gloucesterans are proud to have you as our leader. Don't worry, we take care of the city.
Ja.
No, this is not time to take a breather. There's not a moment to spare there. I need to find the answer before Konskaya gets back. I won't be able to call myself a friend. I knew it. Konskaya told me about these beings called gods, and it looks like there was one in Britain too. Senunos, the gods of beast and island, parted the seas. That must be the god at the bottom of the pit. The big question is, why did this god disappear? What did the 6 clans wish for? But most of all, what might this world go down a different route than proper human history in the first place? I'm so close to the answer now, I can almost taste it. 14,000 years ago, an invader that fell to the planet from a shooting star. And then, the fairies. No, that can't be right. But, it's the only explanation. Then, we brought this on ourselves? No, our fairy sins are their own. You can't punish children for their parents' sins. And besides, if this really is true, then the pit system makes sense. It isn't a god trying to destroy us, but the Isle of Britain, it's...
Alter, was? Was? Congratulations, Murian, you got it. And thank you for getting rid of the Fang clan by the way. They made it so much easier for the calamity to spread unchecked. Had the Fang clan still been around, they'd have kept killing enough Moors that the great calamity would never show up. This time, I'm going all out. The more calamities, the better. Thanks again for doing your part to the end things. Besides, you got your revenge, and you learned the truth about Britain. You did everything you wanted, yes. No regrets? Then it's time to pack it in.
It's you!
Yes, that's right. Oh, and before you go, permit me one final confession. I'm sorry for sizing the Fang clan and the Wing clan all those years ago. Huh? I honestly didn't have any real reason. I was just in a bad mood that day. Terribly sorry. Ah ja, was denn, Mann? Okay, also, sehe ich das richtig? Also, es sind nicht die Feen, die sich hier gegenseitig umbringen, es ist die Insel, die, dich hier auslöschen will, wie auch immer. Aber was war das? Was ist das? Ich dachte eigentlich in Gloucester kann niemand hier jemanden auslöschen. Und okay, ich habe eine Vermutung, wer das ist, aber wieso war der vor irgendwie 1000 Jahren da und hat hier dafür gesorgt, dass der Fangclan den Wingclan auslöscht? Wie? Nee, das gefällt mir nicht, Leute. Es hört sich schon wieder alles sehr depressiv an, Leute. Und ich mag keine depressiven Sachen. It's been a day and a half since I started galloping along the coastline. We should be at the western shore soon. Incidentally, I've started to lose all feelings in my forelegs. My hind legs too, for that matter.
To be perfectly blunt, I'm afraid any more running could endanger my life. My life has a fair resources. Thanks, Raider. We can take it from here. Not at all. Even putting my legs aside, the wagon wheels are about 20 seconds from falling off. Are you ready to run to the ocean as soon as you're out of the carriage? I see a whole mess of moss over the shore. I never did figure out what exactly a propeller humming history was all about. But I suspect it means you all are the brave warriors destined to truly save Britain. It's been an honor to accompany you on your journey. Alright, this is as far as I go. Take care, everyone.
Best horse. Thanks, Raider. You've been the best damn horse I've ever seen. Come on, Grimmer. It's our turn now. Let's clear the path. Oh, also so richtig hart drauf bin ich jetzt nicht mit den beiden hier nur zu kämpfen. Nee, das ist was für den Master of Chaldea. Okay, doch, ich hatte für eine Sekunde Angst. Also, vielen Dank, Drew. Hast du super gemacht. Ich finde am sympathischen bist du mir natürlich, wenn du hinten bist. Ey, Leute, das mit Moni war einfach so krass, man. Da findet sie auf einmal, also, nachdem sie ja eh schon den Verstand verloren hat. Und jetzt findet sie heraus, nach was sie hier 100.000 Jahre gesucht hat. Und dann wird sie einfach gekillt. So richtig random, Mann. Ein Schwan. Nee. Das gefällt mir ganz so gar nicht, Mann. So, kommentiert eine... Die Musik ist zu episch, So, tut mir leid, Roma, mir fällt gerade auf, eventuell bräuchte ich doch Oberon hier. Einfach weil ich es kann. Na gut, dann Muramasa. Das ist der einzige Vorteil, wenn man ihn die ganze Zeit im Support nutzt und der hier das fette alte Ego durch die Gegend läuft. Der macht schon halbwegs gut Damage. Aber trotzdem, Mann, es ist so unfair. Es ist so grausig. Es wird irgendwie nicht besser. Nee, wir steuern einfach so mitten auf die komplette Zerstörung. Also es zerbricht alles. Was seid denn ihr für? Okay, wir haben wieder 5 Gegner. Was ich natürlich cool finde. Boah, den kriegen wir niemals down. Ach, ich habe nicht mal Facegaben mit dem. Nein! Ah. Jawohl, ja, mal. Na, ist schon in Ordnung. 150 macht er unmöglich Damage. So, bitte jetzt mal Muramasa-Karten. Dankeschön, war doch gar nicht so schwer. Alter. Drecksmonstermoors, Mann. Oh, ein Bullshit. Kriegen wir den jetzt an? Ja gut, alle meine Boss weg, jetzt wird's lustig. Ein Shit, Mann. Ja, jetzt muss ich auch Oberrunde reinwechseln, weil das wird nix. Egal, machen wir so. Alter, man, darf ich auch mal... Wo sind meine Muramasa-Karten? Das ist echt Scheißdreck, Mann, aber egal. Machen wir so. Mit Masa ist einfach zu schwach, man, die jetzt Bases stolen soll. Oder Summer Carol? Mir fällt gerade auf, mit Summer Carol wäre es 1000-mal cooler gewesen. Wurscht. Immer refundet der schön viel. Ja. Ja. Boah, Leute, das macht richtig Spaß. Komm mal weiter, Mann. Dankeschön. So, weiter. Müssen wir uns jetzt so besser durchschlachten. Zumindest die kleinen Moss sind jetzt weg. Und nächste Runde machen wir dann nochmal Oberon. Und dann war's das. Weg mit euch, Drecksmoors! Keiner kann meine Mittelmäßigkeit aufhalten! Ich sage, wir hätten Sommerkerber nehmen sollen. Aber okay. Hat nicht... Was stört mich dein Blick hier? Passt? Jetzt wird aufgeräumt, Mann. Aber richtig. Ich sagte, es langt. Ich weiß, dass es langt. Mit! Do it! Ich weiß nicht, ob es langt. Ich glaube eher nicht. Es ist immer nur Neutral Damage. Und wir haben das Arzt von Castoria nicht, aber egal. Ich verlasse mich auf Oberrund Damage. Sehr gut. Wir hätten es doch schon von davor. Wir hätten schon letzte Runde einsetzen können. Okay, passt. Weg mit dem Moss. Die werden echt ungemütlich, Mann. Aber finde ich gut, Mann. Wie gesagt, schwerere Random Encounters sind immer schön. Also, Leute, heißt es endlich wieder zurück zu Shadowborder, nachdem wir hier 100.000 Jahre getrennt haben. Darf ich endlich meinen Gordy endlich wieder umarmen, in die Arme schließen und abputschen? Ja, Leute. Die Nemos. It's good to be back.
Congratulations on a job well done, Maxie. Good to see you safe and sound. This place seems to be seriously bad news. Our sensors are detecting a positive upstep magic energy signal. According to Shiba, we only have a few hours until the collapse begins. I wish I could give you a time and take a briefer in our quarters, I really do. But, can you tell me more about just what is going on here before I have an aneurysm? But first, roll call. That must be Artoria, the King Arthur of Fairy Britain. That must be Percival of the Round Table Army, and that obviously is Tutu Lane. And that must be Cinti Muramasa, the alter ego disciple of the foreign god. Excellent! I can see they are all just as capable and dependable as I thought. Having them on board should give us just the edge we need. Guten Tag, denizens of the land of the Fae.
God, ich spricht Deutsch, Mann. A pleasure to make your acquaintance, Leute, Mann. Das muss ich Screenshot, Mann. Best Ding, Mann.
I am God of Music, Director of Chaldea, and Commander of the Border.
Der mächtigste Mann, der Proper Human History noch geblieben ist.
Given the circumstance, I see no point discriminating between those of you from Proper Human History and those of you from the Lostbelt. Since we are here in the very same rapidly sinking boat.
schön hat es gesagt.
I hope I can count on your help in resolving this unpredictable crisis. By the way, how come there are so few of you? Didn't Da Vinci report mention at least a few others?
Abertoir's still back in Salisbury.
What? But enough from first then. Then you have a map match with a map like where you become mad friends.
So wie map.
Knocknomi was passed away during the coronation. Oh, I see. Then her death can't have been a peaceful one. What a terrible shame. Well, we can count on help from those who have already passed on, and there's no point dwelling on it. Alright, let me tell you what the situation is here. We've begun our water takeoff sequence, but it's going to be several hours yet before we can leave. Technical advisor, I need you in the computer room yesterday. Nemo professor, need your help. Mash, see that your two guests are well tended to. No, wait, take Percival in the infirmary first. It's not looking good. More Master Grimmer, now that you're on the board my ship, you'll be treated like any other Chaldean servant. Captain Nemo here will brief you in our plan of attack. As for you, Maxie. I see you're just as sorry a state as ever. But that's nothing new for you by now, is it? First, I want you to get yourself checked out the infirmary. Then use the precious few spare command spells to replenish yours. After that, you're to return here and brief myself and the Master Advisor on every place you visited in Britain. As you know, we'll be going in there ourselves in the Stormboard in just a few hours. So, we are going to need all of the information you can give us on the land and the fairies who live in it.
Yes, sir.
Good. It's been a day and a half since our last transmission, so if we leave in 6 hours, that will be about 2 days. I don't see the entire world ending in 2 days, so we should still have plenty of time, I think. Nonetheless, this is going to be a fearsome battle, so make sure we be rested and ready for anything.
Mein Captain Goredofl. 2 hours into the emergency meeting. I see. Well. I believe I now have a firm grasp of what has transpired since our last communication. I appreciate your attention to detail, Mr. Maxey. With your information, I know what we need to do, though whether we can do it is another matter entirely.
Oh. So, what is it we should do then?
Broadly speaking, we have 2 goals. The first is to prevent Britain from collapsing. That will require us to investigate the pit, stop the calamity, and wipe out the Moors that have sprung up all over Britain. And the second is acquiring the divine construct. We came very close to there later, but it seems we were thwarted at the last moment.
Ah yes, the sacred lance that was supposed to be sent from Camelot. I don't blame the Round Table Army for this, but I still can't help but wonder if they couldn't have finished just a day sooner, damn it.
About that, Grimmer, could we see you here for a moment? What's up? Got a question for me? I do, yes. It pertains to the divine construct. We thought we could achieve that goal by seizing one of Camelot's sacred lands. But, according to Mr. Maxey, you seemed a bit put off when the topic came up before. May I ask why that is? Awesome. I don't know if our sacred lands made by Morgan is something we can eventually use ourselves. But, even if we can't, it'll be an invaluable divine contract just as reference. Thank you, Percival. Das habe ich irgendwie ignoriert, muss ich sagen. Damn, you got a mind like a steel trap. Don't you, Maxey? Yeah, that's right. You guys breaking up the wrong tree. Taking one of Camelot's sacred lands for yourself doesn't mean you automatically be able to fit it this ship. Divine constructs are closely tied to their wielder. You might be able to create one, but you having the right to eventually use it isn't the same thing. Until you guys get back, what do you at Chaldea know? What all of proper humanity lost when the world was wiped clean. You'll never be granted a divine construct of your own. We lost something during the bleached air phenomenon? It can be. No. It's the only logical explanation. So, that's why we had to come to this Lostbelt. And Miss Shion sent us here because she knew about it. Alert! There's been a change in Central Britain's gravity. Wow, it's so strong the foreign gods pseudo-black holes. Something really gross is emerging from there. I don't even want to look at it. I think that's bad. I'm seeing fire spreading all over Britain. Looks like they started in the northwestern part of the Isle. A whole tsunami of fiery wind is blowing across all of Britain from Manchester. Oh, Baggy. A fire broke out in Manchester? Keep it together. Get as much detailed information as you can. I also want to see those phenomena myself. Blind the ultra range lens we used in Atlantis or Central in Britain. I'm trying, but we can't see a thing out there. It's as dark as the bottom of the ocean out there. But we're still positive about what's going on. Then looks like we have to go see what's going on there ourselves. Any word from the professor? How much longer till the navigational program is done? She said it's already done. She just needs 30 more minutes to test it before it's deployed. It's good to have Da Vinci back. That's 3 hours sooner than I expected. Goredofl, Holmes, the ship is ready for battle. Maxey, would you bring Mash and the Turretcaster here? We don't have a single second to spare. I hate to do this, but it looks like we won't have any time for a test drive before we head out. Was, in 10 oder haben wir hier denn da schon wieder zusammengebaut? Okay, that should handle your minor injuries and also gave you a stimulate ample. But are you sure you don't want to try the recovery pod?
It might not help you recover completely, but it should at least give you a little more energy.
Thank you for your help, Da Vinci. But yes, I'm sure. I'll wait until after the great calamity has been dealt with. If I get into that bed, I'd be unconscious for several days, right? I'm the commander of the Round Table Army, and that's time I cannot afford. Even if I can't be of much help, I still want to see what becomes of Britain. And besides, how could I ever face my soldiers if I told them that while Britain faced the crisis I was asleep? Besides, there's something I need to tell you too, Artoria. I was hoping to keep this to myself, but I can't do that now that I babbed about it back at the cathedral. This is about you being a subset child of prophecy, isn't it? Is that also why you're in poor health right now? From what I've gathered, it was Aurora who took you and those other human children in just after we were there. Wood was the one who saw you had talent at the rearing house, and Lancelot taught you how to use a sword. I'm guessing the purpose behind all that was to create their own child of prophecy. That's right. After Ein's prophecy became known, a number of different measures were taken in response of the child of prophecy. The Queen's army captured all fairies who had just been born. Some villages hid next generation fairies who met the description, and some villages raised them in secret. The Lord of Salisbury's idea was this. If we don't know where the child of prophecy will appear, we can just prepare our own in the meantime.
So that's why you and those other children were taken and raised to be warriors. You were meant to serve as a child of prophecy in the case the Reverend didn't appear 16 years later.
True. That may have been one of the reasons.
So what happened afterwards?
Lord Wood was determined that I had the most potential out of all the candidates. What's more, Salisbury possessed one of the weapons Ace the Savior used to save Britain in the Fae era. This spear, the Spear of Selection. However, Ace had placed a seal on the spear that prevented any sinner from using it. In practice, that meant only humans could ever even touch the spear, let alone wield it.
So that's why they used humans, children. Even if they were not as strong as fairies, they could use the Spear of Selection. And that was the bar that had to be met to call myself a child of prophecy.
That's right. Then, when I was 10 years old, I succeeded at drawing out the Spear of Selection's power. I think it chose me, that it wanted me to use it to kill wicked fairies. I'm sure I heard a voice saying something like that in my head. That was also when the Mirror Clan disappeared from Britain. The day the Spear of Selection chose me was also the day she went to the Lake District on our Lord's order.
Huh? Hang on, that doesn't make sense. The Mirror Clan disappeared 6 years ago, right? But you're...
The Spear of Selection uses its reader's life force to generate its true power. I'm sorry, Artoria. The truth is, I'm 16 years old too. I was 10 when the Spear of Selection chose me, and I aged 10 years as a result. That's why I have the body of a 26 years old.
But British humans only live 30 years on average. That's why you didn't age anymore the second time you used it. You couldn't age more. Does this mean the only reason you're still alive now is...
Yes, I must have been born stronger than other humans. I guess Lord Woodworth did choose so well, huh? That's why I owe you an apology, Artoria. I was raised to be a substitute for you, no, to be a threat to you. But instead of coming clean about that, I began an organization meant to support you. I used your name without permission, just so I could put the Round Table Army together for my own selfish reason. I have no right to speak about peace in Britain, but I went around preaching it all the same.
That's not true at all. You didn't do this for yourself. You never did. Even now you're forcing yourself into action just to save Melusine.
Attention Stormborder, the ship is now battle ready. We've detected a powerful gravitation fluctuation in central Britain. Holmes believes that this is the start of Britain's collapse.
In 30 minutes, we will transition to flight mode and attempt to enter Britain's airspace ourselves. All hands to bridge. All hands to the bridge. I repeat, the ship is now... Looks like that's all we've got in time for now. I'm heading to the computer room. What about you two? I'll go to the bridge, too. I may be an imposter, but I still call myself a Knight of the Round Table. If nothing else, I want to honor my companions who lost their lives in the battlefield by seeing for myself what becomes of Britain. My own wish may be nothing to speak about, but I can at least honor theirs. A future where humans and fairies can coexist in peace. Die Blackberry-Musik so derbe episch, Mann. Also, das, was hier Börse erzählt, ist mega, mega traurig, Mann. Wie er sich das halt selbst echt vorwirft, Mann, das ist echt... Der ist einfach viel zu gut für diese Welt. Okay, Leute, wir machen jetzt an dieser Stelle erstmal einen kleinen Cut. Beim nächsten Mal geht es weiter hier mit Fake Grand Order. Und Britannien brennt. Der Welsh for Manchester und Welsh for... Oh nein, Baggy. Ladies and Gentlemen, beim nächsten Mal geht's weiter und es sieht furchtbar aus. Bis zum nächsten Mal, auf Wiedersehen.